Hi everyone, thank you so much for coming to my presentation. To start off, I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to think of the first thing that comes into your mind when I say the word beautiful. Alright, you can go ahead and open your eyes now. Okay, so what are some things that you guys thought of? Flowers.
Chocolate.
Chocolate is very beautiful.
Trees.
Trees, okay. What are some other things?
Puppies.
Puppies, yes. They're very beautiful too. Alright, so as you guys saw in each other's answers, there are so many things that can be called beautiful. In fact, researchers have found that there are over 75 ways to use the word. And I want you guys to think back on your week and just some ways that you've used the word beautiful. I would like to talk about what it is exactly, how we use it, and how we can see it in different things. In doing this, I decided to go to Google, as it is one of the most reliable sources. I'm being very sarcastic when I say that. And I typed in the word beauty, and this is what I saw. Alright, so in that short depiction, what were some things that you guys saw? You can go ahead and spit them out.
Makeup.
Very good.
Hair.
They're all women. Yeah. Exactly. I chose 4 images that stuck out to me, and they all have things that you guys described. Makeup, perfect skin. A lot of them had bare shoulders, like perfect facial structure. I mean, you don't see any acne, no pores. In reality, all of these images have been heavily photoshopped and edited to show perfection. And this is a huge issue these days, that this is all that women see on billboards and ads and magazines. In fact, Dove did a survey where they took hundreds of women and they asked them if they would describe themselves as beautiful. And they found that only 1 in 8 women said that they were beautiful. So today, I would like to redefine what beauty is, get this image out of our minds, and make it so you guys can see beauty in everything. And before I go on, I'd like to describe a little about myself and why I chose this topic. So I'm a photographer, and in photography, I love to be able to find beauty in the things that I take pictures of. In fact, when I started photography, my parents, they always told me that I had an eye, that I had an eye for beauty. And I was thinking, what does it even mean that I had an eye? And I realized that it means that I pay attention to detail. And so I included some samples of my photography where I took pictures of ordinary objects. And I want you guys to look at them and try to see, well, try to look at them with a photographer's eye and try to find the beauty in each object. And they're all super ordinary. Like this, for example, is a door hinge. So I want you guys to just look at it, study it, and see why, try to figure out why I took the picture and what's beautiful about it. And I'll go through several images. And this one was taken recently. It's just frosting on the shelf. And this is the last one. This one's a little bit more abstract, but it is just an ordinary object. It's actually my bedside lamp, where you can bend it. Alright, perfect. So, I don't know if you guys found this to be beautiful, but when I was taking the pictures, that's what I saw and wanted to capture in ordinary objects. And there's 2 things in common in the process of taking these pictures, and that is time and study. So I took the time to stop and look at the object and try to find its best qualities in detail. And of course that took study to be able to do that. And now you may be wondering, how does this apply to people? If we can find beauty in ordinary objects around us, we can also do the same thing with people. And I wanted to look at examples of one of the details in our bodies. And it's actually the first thing that we look at when we look at people, and that is the eye. So I have several images of eyes here, and as you look at them, I want you to look at the iris in particular, and notice how they're all different. They're all unique, and yet they're all beautiful in their own way. Now, this is just the first thing that we look at when we see people. However, if we go on, we can see that details can be found in everything. And therefore, beauty can be found in everything. And that is something that I've learned as a photographer with my photographer's eye, that beauty can be found in details. So why do 1 in 8 women describe themselves as beautiful, and the other 7 would say that they're average or even ugly? Well, looking deeper than just the outward appearance, I wanted to also show you guys how beauty can be found in a deeper meaning. So there are 5 things that I've found that make people beautiful, besides their physical appearance. The first thing is their background, who they are, what they did when they grew up, how did they develop the habits that they have, also their interests, what they like to do, their strengths, and how they really contribute to this world, and also along with that, their quirks, and the things that they do that make you laugh. I mean, we all have those friends that we find that their quirks are their strengths, and their dreams, who they want to be when they grow up, what they aspire to be. And this overall describes someone's personality. And I was trying to think of an acronym of what to help you guys remember. And the only thing that I came up with was BIST-P. So if that helps you guys remember, which I hope it does. So overall, I've chosen this topic because it's something that I hold dear to my heart. This has been something that I've struggled with in my life because, like I said, we're bombarded with these images where we have this standard of beauty that we have to be that. And we can't have our quirks, we can't have our interests, we have to conform this to this ideal beauty. And I feel like that's why only 1 in 8 women would describe themselves as being beautiful. So the main thing that I want you guys to take away from this is that you look at the details in people's personalities. Look in the details around you just in nature, and look for that beauty. I feel like sometimes we see people as dead leaves on the sidewalk. Like, we pass by them, I mean on campus we pass by people all the time. And how many of you think that you'd be able to really find someone beautiful for who they are just by passing them? Like, it'd be hard to do that. However, if you take one and you look at it close up and you look at its details, you can see that there is beauty to be found in everything. And finally, I wanted to end with this picture. Just kidding, never mind. So this is actually how we can see that everyone is beautiful, and 8 in 8 women would be able to describe themselves as beautiful. And this is a picture that I want to end with. So this shows the small details that can be found just in things like on the side of the road. And this picture to me, it really shows that there is details everywhere around us. And I really have, I love the knowledge that we have a God that paid attention to detail, that paid attention to each one of us as He created us with all of our qualities, the ways that we can contribute to this world. And that He truly did pay attention to each of those things. And I want you guys to start to notice those things around you. That's the main thing that I want you to do, that I want you to take away from this. So when you know people, when you get to know them, go ahead and compliment on the beauty that you find in them. And I know that that will slowly change how people see beauty. Thank you.